What is up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So I'm back with another look, and this is actually the official first look I did for the Beats by Deb Cosmetics Shadow Showdown. And basically you have to use one of her eyeshadow palettes, and I have the Color for Days one, and I also have the In the Buff palette, and I actually used both of them for this look. But I was just going in, just like trying something. So I'm taking my Glisten Spectra Base. This is basically like a colorful foundation, and I haven't tried this for a good little sec. Like, I used it like a couple months ago, and then I just like stopped using it. But I feel like I kind of understand how to work with, like, you know, cream products that aren't necessarily like regular like foundation or concealer products, and like, you know, transfer that to like my makeup style when I do like face paint looks. So I feel like I have a good technique down, and I'm excited to like try it a little bit more, because like I usually use my color fix for my face paint looks, but I'm out of so many different colors and stuff, and I would love to restock, you know, since Black Friday's coming up and stuff. And I think everything is like 30% off, and like that's not the best deal. I wish, you know, the Black Friday prices, like, if we don't have a sale, bitch, if you want to spend money, can we drop the prices even lower? Like, give me 50%, 45. Like, I would love 45, but 50% for real, like, or 75. Give me something crazy, outrageous. You feel me? Because that's what Black Friday is supposed to be. It's supposed to be crazy, outrageous, you know. And yeah, like, this is like the time I usually will restock up makeup. I have been like emptying out a lot of products. Like, I need a new hydrating setting spray because I'm all out of all of my hydrating setting sprays. I'm almost out of like a lot of my concealers. Like, I have like a couple foundations that I'll probably be done with before the end of the year. So, you know, there's certain products like here and there that I probably will end up getting, but I'm trying to like not spend as much money like as possible. And for this look, you know, instead of me setting with my like prismatic pigments from Jelly Cosmetics, I decided to try it and see if I could set it with the eyeshadow palette. And this is my first time using the palette, and like this is very pigmented. Like, when I say like for this to be coming straight out of the pan and like looking like this, I was really, you know, shocked and impressed. So yeah, this palette has definitely done a lot of love for me. I've done four, like I said, I've done 4 looks now. So, you know, I love them. And I already hit pan on this little yellow shade. I literally hit pan the other day when I did my makeup look. So that is crazy. But if I like hit pan on like enough shadows, I probably will restock. And I feel like this would actually be a really good, like, you know, palette to have in your kit. Both of them, honestly, the In the Buff and the Color for Days ones, just because you can do so many different looks with them. And I like that the other one has the black shade and the white shade. That way, you know, we're not just like having the same shades in each palette, because, you know, sometimes that's why I don't buy certain eyeshadow palettes. Like, if I have like that color scheme in like multiple different like products, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't spend my money on that, because, you know, I already have, unless it's just like a different formula and that formula just eats or something, I probably would not be buying something that like I have at least 2 of. Like, that's pushing it, you feel me? But anyways, I want to do like a sunrise makeup like look, because, like, you know, going to work, like, I've seen like a couple of sunrises lately, and like they just eat. They're so freaking pretty. Like, I just love, like, you know, nature, the sky and stuff. So this is kind of what I was just going for. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do like a sunrise look, and then like the color like scheme and like the color placement. At first I had no idea what I was gonna do. Like, I was just gonna do like an ombre, but I was like, let me just do this like how I would normally do like my regular makeup. So that was my method for like all the placement. If you're wondering why in the world I'm doing certain things, I just decided to start with my like highlighted area, because I mean that's what I start with normally when I do it. And then the pink is going to be basically like my base color or my main color, and I'm taking like this bluish shade, and this is going to be my bronzer slash contour. And I feel like this really actually worked well, and I've been having fun like mixing different colors that don't normally like, they're not a monochromatic color scheme. So monochromatic color scheme is like one color and it shades intense, so lighter versions, darker versions. So it's been fun to really just play with different colors and see how I can blend them, and like what just works well. And I feel like this was a cute little color scheme that I would probably do again, like just a different way, like, you know, an actual face paint look, not like an illustration based face paint look. But I'm just going back in with the pink to kind of like blend in between the colors. That way it's a little bit more seamless. And then I had to take like an eyeshadow brush through my nose contour, because that's what I always do for my like nose. I would just take like whatever eyeshadow like brush that I can feel. I take whatever eyeshadow brush I feel like is like narrow enough to be precise, but not too fluffy enough to like have like product everywhere. And I just added the little pink just to make like the blend a little bit better, because I feel like I was missing that pink around my nose area. And then I'm just spraying my face with this hydrating setting spray. Especially when I do my face paint looks, I like to use hydrating setting spray without, like, I mean not without, throughout the layers, just so that like I can make sure everything is blended and like it's not getting cakey and stuff. And I decided to take the loose highlighter in Ice Me Out from Beast by Deb Cosmetics and just put it all over my face because why not? Like, I'm very extra. And I love, like, you know, a glitter sparkly moment. So, yeah, after I did that, I just did it again with that hydrating setting spray. And I'm taking this Wicked, like, eyeliner pencil from REM Beauty. And, like, I never use this. It's, like, this light blue pencil. I use, like, the dark green version I have of this. But I was just using this to kind of, like, mark the areas where I, like, wanted to go with the rainbow and the cloud and stuff. And, like, it was barely popping up. That's why I'm like, yeah, like, it did enough. Like, I could kind of see, like, the area and stuff. But, you know, it was interesting. But I'm just taking the Beats Base from Beats by Deb Cosmetics in the shade 1, which is basically this white shade, obviously. So I got 1. I got 3, which is, like, a, like, medium, like, I guess skin tone color. That's the one I usually get whenever I do like eyeshadow bases. That's usually like the color I go for. And then I also got black, and I've used them in multiple different ways. Like, so I'm trying to see, you know, how the product works, like, because I love using products for things that they're not necessarily used for. I just like to, like, you know, just try different things out and figure out how I can, like, you know, enhance my makeup with, like, you know, using things for crazy ass reasons, you feel me? But anyways, I'm just trying to fill in that area as much as possible with that white and trying to make it as pigmented as possible. I am going on top, like, I'm going on top of the eyeshadow with this base, so, you know, you will see a little bit of, like, you know, the color popping through, but I really didn't care because I'm going to go in and, like, add, like, rainbow eyeshadow colors. So, like, I feel like this was, like, vibrant enough that it was going to make everything pop a little bit more, and I just wanted the colors to stand out a little bit more. That's why you actually see me, like, doing this. I probably didn't have to do it, but I don't know, I like to make sure that my stuff is going to look vibrant because that's just something that I've been, like, really focusing on. Because, like, I remember when I first started doing my makeup, it was such a struggle to, like, make things look vibrant because, one, the quality of the makeup, and then, like, you know, we didn't have as many options as we have today. So, you know, I was struggling. Like, I was trying my best. Like, the things I did for a makeup look, like, I remember I used to use liquid lipstick as, like, colorful brows. I used to use, like, concealer, set it, and then add eyeshadow for my colorful brows. So, you know, I've done the most, you know, but I just love to see where I am with my makeup, and I just love to just, like, try different things and just, like, enhance myself, because I could just, you know, call it quits and, like, not do too much, but I'm always trying to get better and better because, you know, I love doing makeup. Like, this is, you know, it's a hobby, quote unquote, but it's something that I absolutely love, like, you know, and I would love to, like, you know, once again do special effects makeup for film, TV, like photo shoots and stuff like that. Like, that is something that I would absolutely love to do, and that's something that, you know, I would love to work towards. So that's what I'm trying to do within this next year, is just, like, build up my portfolio, because I feel like me practicing on myself also just helps me in general, because, like, you know, I know what products work on my skin, you know, and since it's my skin, you know, I'm not afraid to, like, test things out, and I feel like that's good, because, you know, I would hate to, like, test something out on, like, a client that should just, like, backfire, like, do, like, a hot, like, just act like a hot mess or whatever. But anyways, I'm going back in with the Color for Days palette, and I'm just starting with the red, and then I'm going to go in, like, with orange, yellow, green, and blue, violet. So I'm just literally in the rainbow colors, and I'm just using a, like, kind of small, densely packed brush just to, like, make it easier for me to, like, pack on those colors. And yeah, I feel like the base did pretty well. It made the colors pop a little bit more than they probably would have if I just did it straight on top of that, like, pink, yellow, blue base. But yeah, I cut out a lot of footage because I think I had like 70 or 80 minutes of footage, and, like, I got it down to, like, 24 minutes, which is crazy. Like, me editing this, I was like, bro, I cannot wait to be done with this. And the thing is, with the longer videos, like, when you're editing, like, sometimes, like, it'll, like, mess up or make the iMovie, like, app, like, kind of run slow. So that's another thing why I don't like filming, like, long makeup videos. Oh my gosh, my baby came over here. Hold on. Anyways, I'm really excited about the looks, like, that I'm gonna be posting soon. Like, I'm trying to, like, do all the Beats by Deb Cosmetics, like, looks first, just because, like, that contest ends on December 15th, I believe. So that's, like, 3 weeks from now, and I'll probably do, like, 2 or 3 more looks, and then I'll just go ahead and start posting, like, the other looks that I've been saving up. Just because, like, I don't know, I get excited to, like, post newer looks, but then it's like, okay, I haven't posted looks from 2 months ago. I need to, like, you know, go ahead, post that. And I'm trying to catch up. Like, it's like I'm backtracking and doing, like, some old videos, like my Halloween videos. Like, I do want to post those videos, but at the same time, like, I'm trying to post, like, the new looks that I've been doing, so I can, like, go ahead and, like, post other stuff. But yeah, it's a balance. I'm getting back to it. It's just been a lot going on, but I do want to, like, kind of get as much of, like, my 2025 content out out before the end of the year. That way, you know, I can start working on some new stuff, even though like I already know like there will be some like 2025 looks that I'm posting in January and stuff, just because that's just me. And also like, you know, I can't post, like I would love to post everything, but the amount of makeup looks I do in a week versus like the amount I actually post, yeah, like I've been having plenty of content. So like, you know, if I ever get sick or like I ever just have no energy to like, or time to actually like make content, I will always have some content ready. Like I'm pretty sure I could be straight for like a whole like 2 or 3 months with just content like alone. So yeah, but I don't know, I'm trying to get my shit together. But yeah, for my cloud, I wanted my eyebrow to like be the cloud. Just, I don't know, whenever I do my face paint looks oh my god, that sounds like I'm dying. But whenever I'm doing my face paint looks, I do really try and like be like cautious of like where I'm like putting certain things. And like if I'm doing like a drawing or something, I kind of want it to like frame around my face. So that's why you see me do that rainbow and like have the curve, like follow the curve of my eyebrow, and then my cloud, like, you know, kind of follow like the curve of everything. I don't know, like I try to be intentional about stuff like that, just because I feel like it makes it like look more cohesive and like more planned out and stuff. Even though I'm gonna be honest, majority of my looks I just be going for it. Like there are times, like there are a couple different looks, like, you know, I have planned out just like my ideas. I'm like, okay, you know, when I get some time I'm gonna do that look. But a lot of times like I don't know what the look is gonna look like. I'm be for real. Like even like the looks I did today, I did a mistletoe look today, and what else did I do? Oh, I did a reindeer look, I did a Rudolph look. Like I had ideas about what I wanted to do, but like I don't always have everything planned out to a T, because you also just go with the process. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I like how this looks, or I don't like how this looks, and then like maybe I switch with the eyeshadow, or like I do something, I use different products or whatever. Like I just go with the flow. I just usually what I'll do like before I do my makeup is like put out like products and stuff that I plan on using, or like, you know, I might use. And sometimes like I won't touch some of those products, and then I'll just like put them back up. But it just helps me just like make the makeup process go a little bit smoother if I kind of already have certain things out. So like make sure I have my setting sprays out, my primers, like, you know, whatever base I know I'm gonna do, like eyeshadow palettes I'm probably gonna use, like lip combos. Like I try to put as much out as possible, because it's just easier for me. Like me doing my makeup, like certain looks, like, you know, it takes 2 hours, like to 2.5, 3 hours. Some looks are like 35 minutes. Like it really just depends on what I'm doing, like the intricacy. Like I'm over here painting my face, like I probably could have went faster, but like, you know, it still took a little second. Like I literally drew a little cherub, or like a little baby angel. This is really inspired by those drawings I feel like growing up, like at, you know, black people's houses that were of like angels and stuff. I used to have one in my room growing up. I have like a little statue of one, and I have a tattoo of one on my arm, just because I feel like I've always just been obsessed with them. And I kind of love like how I've incorporated like, you know, black cherubs or angels like in my drawings and paintings lately. It just feels just very tied to like, you know, the art and stuff I saw growing up. And I feel like I have my own style of things, but it's really influenced by, you know, the art that, you know, was around like my family members' houses and stuff like that. And I don't know, it just feels healing sometimes to just do certain looks and just really push the boundaries, because, you know, when it comes to my looks, you know, I know they're out there. You know, I'm not doing like regular shit half the time. Like, you know, I'm always like pushing the boundaries if I can. And, you know, I feel like I do that because, you know, just having roots from where I am, I know for a fact that like my family, like my ancestors weren't allowed to authentically be themselves for generations. When I say generations, like we will be going back to maybe the early 1800s, if that, like, you know. And it just frustrates me, like, you know, to just understand like the depth of like the horrors and shit, and like even like hearing about like even worse things. And that's why I just be intentional like with like, you know, the things I do. Like I know that like I consider myself like, you know, my ancestors' biggest dream, because, you know, I know that they would have loved to be able to like just be themselves, like, you know, practice certain things, do certain things. So like when I do my makeup and stuff, I feel like it is heavily tied to my ancestral side and like just my spirit, like, you know, journey or whatever, or just like self-care in a way. Like, you know, I just tap in and I just do what I do, and I love it. Like it's very freeing, I feel like. And sometimes, like, you know, I'm tired, I'm exhausted and stuff, but like me doing my makeup is just something that like I don't know, it just feels right. It feels like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and it makes my inner child really happy just because, I remember doing face painting and stuff growing up. I remember, doing makeup on my dolls and stuff. So for me to be doing this and like, I feel like I've gotten so much further than like, I could have thought. Even though, I still want to move up, like, I'm still trying to level up and stuff. And like, I would love to work with certain brands, certain companies and stuff, do certain collections, like, collab. I would love to do all this stuff. I'm grateful for where I am now, and I'm grateful for like the support I have now. So if you're watching this, I just want to say thank you, like, for real, because it does mean a lot to me. Even if you're just watching, you don't like the video, like, I appreciate it just because I've been doing this shit for a good little minute. And I feel like I'm finally at that point where I'm slowly getting the traction that I feel like I deserve. And I've just been trying to enhance my craft along the way. So, if there's anything that you ever want to, like, I say this in almost every video. I always say, like, if there's any looks or whatever you want to see, like, do, like, please let me know. But I'm like this serious, like, if there are certain looks that y'all want to see me do, or if you want me to try certain products, or like, show y'all like my favorites of something, let me know, because I'm open to doing what y'all want. Like, will I always do it? It depends, because sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I don't think that's my style, that's not my energy. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm actually kind of excited about like winter, like this time of the year, which is crazy because I feel like it was just December and now it's like it's about to be December in less than a week. That's crazy. Like, this year I feel like flew by so fast, even though I feel like at moments it was like, bro, like, can this go ahead and be over with? Like, I can't do it no more. But yeah, this next year, who even knows what's gonna happen? Like, I don't even know. I could even give a good trajectory. Like, I have ideas of things I want to do, but it's like, who knows? I don't even fucking know at this point. I feel like there's so much always changing. It's just like, bro, like, if you're a control freak, I feel like it's hard to be a control freak at this time, because I feel like there's just so much shit going on in the world. It's just like, bro, what the fuck? But yeah, anyways, I was trying to use a liquid shadow for like my like line work, and I mean, it did its job because I ran out of my black color fix, and like the little black eyeliner I use, like, I don't like, sometimes I like using to outline stuff if I'm doing illustrations, but other times I don't like doing it just because I feel like I like the like unevenness of like using like something that like this like eyeshadow base, just because I can like do different like brush strokes, like create movement with like the weight of like the lines and stuff. And that one's like really thin, but I probably won't be using this for this just because I don't know, I was thinking in my head that this is kind of like the play pigments from Trixie Cosmetics, and those like kind of like dry down matte, and like I don't really think that these dry down matte, like, because, and then like just seeing how it like mixes with like everything else, like I just feel like I could use this for like the base of something. But yeah, like doing certain things like with my makeup that I normally would do with certain products, like, yeah, I can't do that. But I feel like this is like the feedback and the understanding you get by like just trying stuff out. Like, I was literally just trying shit just to see like, okay, can I do this, can I do that? Because I try to figure out how I can, or I try to figure out how I can incorporate new like products within my makeup routine, because I like certain products for certain things, but at the same time, like, I like trying new stuff. But I understand that like certain products, yeah, they're not gonna work for what you're doing, like, and I feel like there's only certain like products out there that like I like to use for like line work and stuff, because it's so crazy, because I feel like I'm just an illustrator, like just transferred to makeup, like I feel like, and my art style is already very much, yeah, like it gives very much my style, like it makes sense. Like, you'll see that green girl in the background, like, does this not make sense? And I do want to like do some makeup looks inspired by like certain portraits and stuff that I've done in the past of different colors, so I probably will be doing that at some point. I'm just like trying to get out the looks that I feel like need to be out in a certain time. I'm trying to get those out, and then like I try to do like some fun stuff here and there. But I feel like holiday season, yeah, it's like around the corner, so I really gotta like in if I want to like put out some Christmas and winter looks, because the way time is moving and stuff, girl, December finna be over with in 2 seconds, and I'm be like, bro, it's 2026, it's my birthday, like it's so much going on. But yeah, I decided to draw a stork, or yeah, I think that's what this shit called, like the little things that be like carrying the babies and shit. Like, I don't know why, I needed something to put down there, and this just came up in my head. So this is what we got. And yeah, like I was really trying my best to like be precise with this too, but I probably should have gotten like a different like liner brush. But at the same time, I feel like my like painting style, my art style in general, like isn't very like precise. You know, that's just like, I mean, I could do it if I really wanted to, like I really could, but like I love like the loosey goosey shit. Like I just feel like it just adds character. You feel me? But anyways, I'm going back in with the hydrating setting spray, and I'm just setting my entire face, and then I'm going in with the Ulta Beauty Color Punch liquid liner and a diamond. And I like to use these for like my highlights whenever I do illustration looks and stuff. I feel like this works pretty well. I probably will be getting like a new black liner. I feel like I'm straight on the white liner for a little second, but yeah, I definitely need a black one soon. There's a couple different things that I want to restock on soon, but like, I'm like, Ariel, are we really finna buy this? I'm like trying to hold out as long as possible because shit is just expensive. Like breeding is too expensive now. Like I don't like it here. I'm not fucking with it. But yeah, to do my waterline, I'm taking a one size Point Made liner in Bodacious Black, and this one is a little bit more precise. So for certain looks where I don't want like a really like smudged out like eye, or I don't want to add too much black, I'll just use my one size one just because it's smaller than my About Face one. But I do love my About Face down. And then since I wasn't using my Essence liner, I decided to use my Makeup a Murder waterproof liquid liner. That's what I use for my top. And then like I'm just using this loose pigment from Black Moon Cosmetics as a highlighter. I always use this as a highlighter, and I was trying to see if I could like add like, you know, a little razzle dazzle, like, you know, make it look even more dramatic, because why not? And then I'm putting rhinestones in my eyebrow. I decided to go with Flounder from Get Stone just because these are yellow and I feel like it matched that area. And then I'm using my Milani Anti-Gravity mascara, and whenever you see I messed up, yeah, I need to be more careful sometimes, so I have to like try to fix it. Like I cut out so much of me fixing it, but yeah, we got it back together. But I try to make sure that my lashes are really coated when I do my face paint looks, because, you know, usually when I'm setting my face or like I'm putting on the cream or liquid product, like I will end up getting like some of that product in my lashes. And if I don't like I do like a layer on the bottom part like of my lashes, and then like on the inner part closest to my eyelid, I do that like 1 or 2 times each. And then like I feel like that just makes it a lot easier for me to like get rid of that color and make sure my lashes are actually black, because I hate when I look at the picture and like I can see like the color on my natural lashes from or whatever product I was using. Like that's so annoying. But anyways, I'm going in with my Kimchi Chic Stage Proof Setting Spray. I spray my face so many different times like when I do my makeup looks. I just feel like now knowing my technique and stuff, like it just helps everything just like blend in together. Like, you know, I definitely was not doing all this back in the day, and I feel like that just happens when you're doing makeup and stuff. Like, you know, you start out kind of like small or like doing things here and there, but like once you kind of know how your like face reacts to makeup, or like, you know, what you want your makeup to look like, I feel like it's a lot easier at that point to like really just like hone in advance and like make shit look good on you, like for real. But anyways, I decided to even try to use that liquid eyeshadow as a lip base. Like, look at me just being versatile. But anyways, I have like these disposable lip balms that I keep for like my like client kit. So like that's what I was using to do the white. And then I'm just taking the same colors I used for my base, and I'm just taking them on an eyeshadow brush and I'm just blending them on. This was a lot easier. I mean, I feel like I could control the color a little bit better, and I'm surprised that the color like was this vibrant. Like I forgot that I did this with eyeshadow, because like when I was like editing the video, I was like, oh yeah, I had to like use like a liquid product, and no I did not. Like, so we love the preciseness, we love the color match. You know, I try to be intentional, like, and that's what I've just been like doing with like my makeup looks in general, like matching like the lip color with like the base, or like things that I feel like just go hand in hand with the look. And I decided to use my black lipstick from Beauty Bakery. This is Midnight Truffles. This is the black lipstick I use 24/7. Like if I have a black lip on, I'm pretty sure I'm using this product. This is the only black lipstick I own, and she eats down very bad. I've been loving a black lip, or like a black liner. I don't know what it is. And like the only reason I really outline my lips is because I outline everything else, and I feel like it just like went with the flow of the look a little bit better for me to outline my lips, since I outline like the designs and stuff on my face. So that is the reason behind that. Setting my face one more time before I put on my lashes and, you know, really color quits. And that was my face. I was like, period, we ate. But anyways, now that like my lashes dried down, since I put that like mascara on I got from Push and Beauty, like it's like an iridescent color, I decided to go ahead and put put that black lash glue on, and I'm just letting it get tacky while I do my lip combo. And I just took this glaze from the Nesmerize Beauty. This is one of the Color Fix glazes in a kaleidoscope, and it actually has sparkles to it. You just really can't see it that well, but you know, I love a sparkly lip. And I was just like going over everything, and I made sure I let it dry, and I was trying to make sure I didn't smear that black anywhere. And I just had to put on contacts because, you know, I've been having to tell myself to not put on contacts. You know, me looks, I just be wanting to throw contacts on, and I'm like, Ariel, you don't need them. I do, but you know, I don't at the same time. But anyways, when my lashes get tacky, that's when I put them on. And like, you know, I got out hella for this me doing this. Like, I don't want y'all to ever think that it takes me 2 seconds to do my lashes. It probably takes me like a solid minute to put both of them on and make sure that they're on. But anyways, this is the final look. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.